So here we go then. We're live in Austria for the second time. No Stuart Watson, of course, but myself, Rossco, and the boy, Alex Jones, the young guns here in Innsbruck for the Innsbruck Cup as Town take on RB Leipzig and Werder Bremen here at the Tivoli Stadion. I probably said that wrong again, but it is what it is. I've got my bib, got my lanyard. Team news just dropped, Alex. Before we get into that, of course, how are you feeling? It's we're settled in now, and it's been a good start. And of course, you're now live, so give us your comments. But yeah, Alex, how you feeling, my friend?
Good. Yeah, this is great fun. It's a shame that it was kind of arranged late on because it would have been nice to have a few more Town fans here. But this is such a nice vibe. It's a lovely stadium. It's situated right underneath the Alps. We've managed to get some good photos. I'm sure you set up very nicely behind the goal, I assume.
Not yet. I haven't. Not yet. I've basically stayed up here so far, but I'll get down there soon, guys. Get the pitch side pictures.
Yeah, really excited for this one. It's two strong teams. Definitely the Leipzig team looks to be fairly interesting. So we'll get into that in a minute.
And of course, we're live on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Twitter. So hello to everyone who is watching. Well, let's talk then about how we've been so far. Because last time I went to Austria, it was boiling hot, sweating, but it's nice temperature. You know, sun is there, but it's more clouds. But yeah, it's just been a lovely day so far, isn't it? Oh my God, Alex!
Don't do that.
Oh my God!
This
is live.
This is live. This happened 3 times.
Because we've seen Hachu so many times, and the players are actually above us.
Are currently upstairs.
Yeah, we can see Cameron Burgess, Greg Lee, Jack Taylor, Dapo. They're just watching us do this live video, so that's interesting. But luckily, we can't see them like properly. But anyway, let's talk about the team then. As I called you, Andy. But Alex Jones, Young Guns, take it away, my friend. I'm going to bring up the comments while you do that as well.
Yeah, I've got to make sure I get everything right here. So we'll have Hladký, who's going to be starting in goal over Walton this afternoon. He's going to, we'd imagine that Walton's going to be in the second game. Don Ball coming in at right back, a role that he's done pretty well since coming in throughout pre-season. The Swiss Army knife, as I called him. It's going to be a centre-back partnership of Wolfenden and Baggett, which is interesting because I know that McKenna's been quite keen to push the Wolfenden and Burgess. Bloody hell, Burgess live.
Burgess up there.
Burgess. Oh God, he's going to shout.
He's looking
Wolfenden and Burgess combination, which I think will be the pairing that starts against Sunderland. So it's been mixed up a bit today. Davis at left back. Importance for this one, I'd say, especially there's going to be a lot of pace in this Leipzig team. The midfield too, Sam Morsey as expected. I'm sure he'll be captaining the team today, and he's going to be partnering Marcus Harness in the middle, which is an interesting one. Obviously, he's played there quite a bit. It's not his natural position, we know that, but I think it's definitely, again, it's the versatility in McKenna's squad. We know how important that is. Front three, we've tried to piece this together a little bit. It's been a little bit of a complicated one to make sure we've got everything right from what we can see. It's going to be Jackson who's going to be playing on the right, Connor Chapman through the middle, and Murray Hutchinson on the left. Good chance for him to test himself against some really good players. And then George Hurst leading the line, which is good because he's my photo on the live blog. Make sure that you go follow that. Once we've wrapped up here, go get set up. Follow all the action live from both games this afternoon. I'll make sure to do a couple of bits probably on Twitter of the Leipzig Werder Bremen game midway through.
And we'll get onto the Leipzig team in a minute because someone's made a massive comment. They've got a player who's £100 million or euros, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, big shout out to everyone who's tuning in. Let's quickly have a look, ladies and gentlemen. Harry, it is 1:30 kickoff, UK time, 2:30 here in Austria, of course. But let's have a little look what people are saying. We've got Grant Fuller, say good afternoon, gentlemen. Very good.
Good afternoon.
Then we've got, let's see. Oh, okay, music's now blurring. Hopefully that's not too loud for you, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Lewis, who asked about the kickoff time.
Hope no more injuries. Yes, that would be ideal. Looks like, I don't know if Broadhead's travelled here for the game, but I don't know if he'll be involved necessarily. We've got 3 other players out. Going to name them all. Harry Clark with his Achilles, Cameron Humphreys with his concussion, and who am I missing? It's gone from my head now. Who's the other player that we're missing, Russ?
Massimo Luongo with his groin.
I'm still getting used to having to adjust to a new squad of players a little bit, but we'll get there. Yeah, definitely no more injuries. Rumours about the second game being cancelled. I was having a look on the app. I have a few apps where it doesn't show up the Werder Bremen game. Or I actually had the Leipzig one wasn't showing up for me, so I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I think different things. It's just not really working.
You probably can't see us behind us, but Werder Bremen fans are basically right here, down here, and they're some good numbers so far for them. So
all 3 games are going to be taking place unless anything happens.
Let's talk then. Peter McLeod is asked about this lanyard.
Yeah.
I've got one as well, of course. I've got 2 ticks. You've just got 1 tick, so that's impressive.
On here, we have the different areas of access. So we have general public, so the stands, which we're kind of in a little bit at the moment. We've got the press box, we've got the photographer area, VIP, pitch, and to go with the team, so into the dressing room. The red zone, as it's called, yeah. So I've just got press box, which is technically where we're stood now. It's got another side, the press box over there, which is where all my sandwiches are.
Oh, okay. Hello, blimey. The speaker's just blown up.
Yeah. So that's where that one comes into play. Oh my word.
Oh dear.
Okay.
That's not good.
Greg Lee looks so confused up there.
He does look. He's not happy about that. He's not happy. He was enjoying the music. Adam's here. Good old Adam.
Hello.
Welcome. Good afternoon, lads. Enjoy the game. We will do. Andy or AD Cruncher. Afternoon, everyone. Afternoon to you, my friends. Let's talk then about the Leipzig team, because someone's already made a comment. Yeah. They've got a player who's 100 million euros, pounds on the pitch. No Timo Werner, though.
No Timo Werner. He's not quite £100 million player just yet. Josko Guardiola has obviously been linked with a move to Manchester City throughout the summer. I think the fee they are looking at making is going to be about 100 million if Manchester City are going to pay it. They definitely want him to come in and play in that back 3 in Guardiola's weird 3-2-4, that weird formation that everyone's really obsessed with at the moment. So he's in there. Any other big names to look at? Fabio Carvalho, Liverpool loanee, obviously former Fulham. Hasn't really had the game time over there. There were rumours of him leaving on a permanent deal. Not going to happen just yet. He's over here on loan, so we'll see whether they try and move him on a permanent. Other names to look out for on the team: Yusuf Poulsen, Emil Forsberg, both been with Leipzig since the 2nd tier. They've kind of worked their way up. They've both been here for a very long time, so they've kind of taken the team up with them. They are players who were 2nd-tier players and have stepped up to play in the Champions League. There's a lot of new additions that have come in the very short rise they've had to the top. The likes of Amadou Haidara is in that same category in terms of being someone they brought in to strengthen for their European campaigns. We've had some other ones. He likes Maribo, who was with Valencia. Benjamin Sesko, big, tall striker, I believe, was the one that was playing in... I think he was playing in Austria. Kevin Campbell, big name in the Bundesliga, a bit of a veteran midfielder, played around a load of different teams. Some new signings in there. Christoph Baumgartner, I believe, came over from Hoffenheim earlier in the summer. Yeah, it's a lot of high-profile players. It's maybe not full strength, but there are a lot of really big names in this one, yeah.
It's going to be a big test for Town against a Bundesliga side who finished 3rd, didn't they, last season? So a good side. We've got some more comments. EJ Norris, good afternoon, Kings. Good afternoon, EJ. Blitz, a.k.a. Mike Turbot. This is live, my friend. If you watch from the beginning, you already see me do a lot of blunders. Standard. We've also had another question from Peter. Love that, Peter. Are we likely to see a player that's moved? It's moved up. Stop moving. Okay, are we likely to see a player starting both matches, or will there be 2 separate 11s? Most likely.
I'm going to go 2 separate 11s, I think. Maybe the benches will stay the same. There might be a couple of young players that might get a run out in both games. We'll see how it goes. As well, you've got to bear in mind that it's 2-hour-long games, so I think most of the players are going to go through and play the entire hour, I'd say.
Yeah. There we go. He's the man with the answers. We've also got George Carr here. Looking forward to seeing Hutchinson again. I've been impressed so far. From the Cambridge game to the Luton game, and he's starting today against Leipzig, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, some big names coming up against. Mohamed Simakan, I believe, is the French centre-back, who I think was with PSG originally. Leipzig like their French centre-backs. They've had an absolute load of them on their books over the years. I know he's a good player. Obviously it's going to be the front line, the likes of Hurst coming up against that £100 million defender. Could potentially be in Guardiola, so it'll be a test to see whether City want to invest in him. Maybe they might have a keen eye on this one, seeing if he gets skinned by George Hurst at some point, which would be good.
We have a message here from Sob in English. Hello, my friend. Fascinated to see Baggett against this level of opposition, because I will admit, he didn't look great against Stevenage.
No.
Luton, he was okay. You know, it was not a bad game, but today he's playing against some big lads.
Yeah, we've spoken about him kind of going on loan, lower end League One, top end League Two. Let's see if he can do it against some Champions League forwards. It'll be a little bit of a different test for him. I think the important thing to mention as well, look, Leipzig could absolutely run riot in this game. This could be anything. It could, who knows, maybe they're not that interested in this. Maybe it'll end up as a draw, or maybe Town can sneak something. It doesn't matter. It's about getting minutes into the legs. It's the Kieran McKenna line, isn't it? And also, it's more about the performance. As long as we see some good pieces of kind of attacking flow, making sure that defensively it's a cohesive unit. Obviously, it's a bit of a makeshift defence. As long as we're seeing the right signs, I don't necessarily think it matters if they ended up getting crashed by Leipzig today, which I'd say, based on the teams and some comments that we're seeing, it's not out of the equation, let's say. So we'll see how that pans out.
And we haven't mentioned, the players are now just got on the pitch to warm up. Town fans are getting in. There's a few Town flags, so shout out to you. But they're wearing the orange kit for this game. Maybe they'll wear both the orange kit for the second game, or maybe they'll go blue. Yeah. Let's see some other comments. Mike, 5-0 Leipzig, come on. Oh. I don't want that. Matt Jones, up the town indeed. But let's wrap this up then, Alex, because you're going to get busy writing. I've got to go and get some snappy snaps. Final thoughts.
Have you noticed they're advertising Interwetten on the sideboards?
Interwetten?
It's like being in Germany.
Yeah,
it's like your old cup that you were at.
Interwetten Cup.
Yeah, obviously
Memories.
before my days.
Yes.
Yeah. Final thoughts. Enjoy it. This is going to be great fun. Lovely grounds. I've said that about 8 times. It's going to be so much fun. Some great players on show, and the opposition have a few good ones as well. So, yeah, really excited. Let's see what Town can do. Regardless, I'm sure we'll see some good football today. I think this will probably be the highlight of pre-season, and let's hope no injuries. That's another big one that's been mentioned a good few times. Guten Tag and all that. A draw would be outstanding. It definitely would be. So let's see. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. And Jobster, thanks for tuning in, my friend. Enjoy the game. We will do. Thanks for watching another live video. Check it out online. We'll be bringing you podcasts, videos, and all that sort of stuff. So thanks again for watching. Bye for now. There we go.